We're celebrating my second channel's first ever birthday. I'm going live again on my second channel to celebrate that. Are you guys familiar with Bao the whale? It takes such a great amount of evil to resort to doxing. Do better. I guess you could say this isn't too surprising. This doesn't surprise me. This is a pretty common reaction in the VTuber space. Like I said, you have a big VTuber getting cancelled for something they caught doing, and then the fans would retaliate. Anyway, back to this. Interestingly enough, the Pyropop Center, that's what they're called. Any fans of Sinder, that's what they're called, Pyropups. As a former Pyropup myself, the Discord server mods have decided to retaliate against their toxic fans for attacking the victims, such as Bao the whale here. Toxic fans, for lesser words, because I think this should become a pretty common trend in the VTuber space where you tell your community, don't be toxic, don't go after these VTubers or people just for whatever reason. Just don't. Seriously? People like to say that a community represents the streamer, but at the same time, you can't really have a full-on control of your own community, you know what I mean? But I've heard that saying where they say the community is basically a reflection of the streamer. So if you want to represent your favorite streamer slash VTuber or Oshi, don't go out of your way to harass people. Otherwise, let me take an example from the Rat Mama VTuber. I'm sure you guys are quite familiar with her. I discovered her through her reaction videos. Alicia the Rat Mama VTuber, as she said, how she personally handled her own situation at the time where she was the victim of circumstances, but she would prefer her fanbase to not retaliate and attack said person who was responsible for her unfortunate circumstance by saying that she is the victim and she doesn't want to give this person ammo for being also a victim because she is clearly not a victim. She was the victim of the circumstance, and for her own fan base to go over and start giving death threats. You can shame somebody. You can shame somebody all you want. You can choose your sides. You have the freedom and the complete right to do that. But once you start sending death threats or threatening to dox people, just... I don't think I really have to say anything else from here. You guys get what I'm trying to say. Don't do that, the fans. Okay, I will do exactly that. Sometimes they listen. Sometimes they do. I mean, I made it a pretty reoccurring habit of making an intro in my video saying, don't go out of your way to harass this person, blah, 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 blah. I think I made that pretty clear. I'm not a supporter of that. I may be talking about some drama-related topics. There's only so much you could do. Regardless if you do tell your own watchers to not do this or do that, you can't have a full grasp on people. That's not how the internet works. If you've been on the internet long enough, regardless of drama tubers or whatnot, there's always going to be unhinged people on the internet. You can't control people. The radio silence of she who shall not be named doesn't help. She who shall not be named. Voldemort? When did Sinder become Voldemort? Boo! Boo! Stop saying LOL. Voldemort, Voldemort, Voldemort. Sinder, 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 Sinder. Sinder. Why? Sinder just means on fire, baby. It's on fire. 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 I'm not scared to say a word. Let alone somebody's name. I don't think so. No. No. I'm not soft-served. Chat, you should know me by now in pure chocolate mode. I am not soft-served. Tsundere flavor. But, I do admire this. What the Pyropop Center is doing, her mods anyway, in her Discord server. I'm not sure if they actually opened it. No, something tells me they didn't. They were about to, but then they decided against it. Deciding, you know what, maybe it's better to just postpone this because I'm sure we all know the truth. Someday, she will come back. She's just waiting for the fire to douse out. Probably the next big thing will happen and then people will just forget about her like everybody else. Although for Miss Sinder, it's a little bit more complicated than that because she was one of the biggest indie VTubers. Seriously, she really was. For the fires to douse out around her, I think that's going to be a little bit more difficult. No pun intended. And not just because she's a hellhound. I think it's going to take quite a while for those fires to douse out. The bottom line is, I do find it admirable that the admins are trying to encourage the fans to not go after these other VTubers such as Bao and Shylily, for instance. Check out this message. Hello Bao, I'm the owner of the Pyropop Center and I want to make our stance clear. we do not support and will never endorse any actions that harm others. I have repeatedly condemned such behavior because it helps no one. It only creates more pain. True pyropups know that hate has no place here. As Cinder's moderator said, those who threaten to attack and dock streamers are not pyropups. Our community stands for positivity, and we will continue to foster that. I can only assume maybe she's received death threats. It's a pretty common ritual. It really is. Generally hope these people get the help they need. Please understand that no one benefits from this. Even the person you're trying to avenge. Despite being the victims here. Really now. Seriously. I will never understand the mindset of these people. I'm a big fan of some people too, but I would not go out of my way to do what the heck these people are doing. What are you going to gain from it? Exactly. Nothing. Really, nothing. You're just committing crimes. Very fatherless behavior. That's fucking disgusting. She deserves no avenging whatsoever. Why can't people just leave you guys alone to heal? And look at this response. No. People are saying no. Of course they will. Either as rage bait or they're being genuinely serious. That's a lot of work. Defending a person you don't actually know. That's exactly what I mean. Remember, well, if you guys saw my Sinder video, both of them actually, the first one where I chose, you know what? Because like, take Shylily for instance, like these girls personally know each other. The outside parties, which is us, including the fans, we don't know these people. We don't. They knew each other. They were friends. They met up in person. These girls actually know each other. It just sucks when drama like this becomes public for one reason or another. Sometimes it's necessary, sometimes it's not. But when it does become public, by the end of the day, it's really up to a person on who they want to believe. After looking at everything, I'm willing to believe what these girls are saying over what the fans are saying. Like, the fans don't even personally know Cinder at all. These girls do. But they like to come up with speculations that it's just one huge mean girl group. Fallout. Basically, that's what it is. A mean girl group fallout. And nobody's innocent in this matter. And that supposedly the other girls are just better at hiding it. Anyone is free to believe what they want because, like I said, by the end of the day, we don't really know these VTubers. And like Shylily herself said, it's her word against other people's, and that's completely fine. But also at the same time, people are just going to be very naive because one, you're very young, or you just don't have a lot of life experience. You're gullible. Fortunately, that stuff it's true. Well, I'm gonna go and follow my own philosophy, and that's, I don't really know anybody here, but I am willing to believe what the other girls are saying. And Shylily's and Cinder's apology document didn't really I already reacted to it. The fact that she was already shifting all of the blame towards her manager slash boyfriend when that happened, yeah, any sort of credibility, at least from my personal perspective, went down the drain. I'm like, oh, so this is the Discord server announcement to all members of the server. This is a formal announcement from the mods and Pyro Patrol team. Recently, there have been multiple servers created by community members. Some people have been using it to rant or vent their frustrations about the current situation. However, some of those discords were sometimes used for nefarious purposes. Oh, here we go again. Are we having another Kenji situation, such as trying to get dirt on others? This will not be tolerated. While we understand that the situation is unfortunate, and we understand passions are high, and a lot of you are still unsure about what will happen in the future, we the mods are unsure as well. However, these branching servers have caused numerous issues, despite us informing these parties to not move forward with these servers. As a result, from the most recent issue, we are making this announcement. Going forward, if any branch servers created cause more drama, situations, or nefarious activities that we, the mods, have witnessed, then it will result in permanent bans from the server. Good. We do not intend to control everything everyone does. Ah, thank you so much for the follow! Oh, bro! Hi! We do not intend to control everything everyone does. Everyone in this server is, or should be, a grown adult. Like my own server. 18+ space only, and can make their own decisions. We understand if you make friends in this community and wish to create a new server to share with each other and hang out there. Then of course, that is fine. However, please understand, there are still a lot of discussions about these current events in the VTuber community. Again, we cannot control what you do. We will not police your personal lives / friendships in this space. If you create a server for the purposes of hanging out with friends you've made in this space, then please do. As stated before, moving forward, if we find out that you are involved in the server with the intent to cause a situation like harassing other VTubers, doxing, or mentioning to cause harm, then you will be permanently banned from this community, and you will not get to appeal. You are not a pyropup. Thank you for your time, everyone. Please take a deep breath, calm down, drink some water, and relax. Please consider what it means to be a pyropup. That's basically what the announcement was. 18 plus. Bark, 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 bark. Ooh! You know, I feel like I really want to play that. I want to play that right now, actually. I should have it in my... Hold on. You know, when VTubers would prefer to have their spaces 18 plus, you know? Just like this VTuber here, my own personal VTuber space is an adult space only. A few times I have had some people mentioning their ages in my chat whenever I'm playing games, even though in my Twitch, literally it says 18 plus watchers only, and then they would talk about their ages in chat, like they're trying to indicate they're still in school and whatnot, like they're on field trips or they're 15, and I think to myself, are you trying to be funny right now?
I have a little message for you. I got just a teensy little message. Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! We don't want children here! I told Sully, get the fuck out! Fuck! Shit! Piss! Cunt! Fuck! Shit! Piss! Cunt! Get the fuck out of here! Get out! Get out! No children! No children! Get the fuck out of here! Shit! Piss! Cunt!
This clip is gold. I'm so happy I came across this.
Get out! No children! Get out of my stream! Get out of my stream! Get the fuck out of here!
But yeah, I think next time I've ever come across a similar situation again, the VTuber gods forbid, I will turn on my Tsundere mode and be like, I will not hesitate. I will be like, get the fuck out of here! Okay, how about that? How was that? Airhead activated. No, Tsundere flavor activated. So it works. This got posted last week about how Shylily herself got doxxed. Now, for those, like I said, who have been following Shylily for as long as I have, I don't know which one came first. Maybe it happened during, no. I know for a fact that she was a face streamer first, so it doesn't surprise me that those weirdos dug up that information pretty quickly when they wanted to dox her. Or maybe it happened after TwitchCon, where a lot of people, for some reason it didn't occur to our fellow VTubers to censor out her face before posting pictures. Like, VTubers who have taken in-person pictures with her. They blurred out their own face, but they didn't blur out Shylily's face. So, let's just play this.
But it's alright.
Oh.
Yeah, I got doxxed. But it's alright. I like how every time people dox me, they use the same 3 pictures. And then they get
the same 3 pictures. One, I'm pretty sure it's the one where she's, when she was face streaming at the time, before she became a VTuber. The last 2 pictures, I'm not sure. And I would rather not see it.
And then they get even more upset because they're like, fuck, she's not ugly. I can't insult her, she's not fat or ugly. I still hate her though.
Oh, typical. Just so you can make fun of how the in real life person looks like. Oh, they're so ugly, they're so fat, that's why they're using a VTuber model. No, it's not like, no, there's no such thing as attractive women. VTubing, definitely not. Yeah, that happened to Lily recently, but of course, like always, she's taking it as a champ. It's whatever at this point, especially after what happened with the most recent TwitchCon, where she decided she won't be taking pictures with fans. Not anymore? At least she said that she won't be doing it for a while. Maybe at some point she might reconsider again. but for the time being, she is officially done taking pictures with fans because for some odd reason, it doesn't occur to them that VTubers don't want their face shown. They don't. It's just for privacy reasons. VTubers value their privacy. That's the whole point of VTubing. It's sort of like how Otto, the famous J-pop singer, for example. Notice how some famous J-pop singers don't want their identity to be shown to the public. Why? Because they value their privacy. They don't need their faces shown because they don't really care about fame to that degree. They would just prefer having their privacy respected. You know? Because there's some very crazy people out there. Very crazy people. Very crazy people. Oh, and this happened not too long ago. Take this as another example of the so-called pyropups harassing the victims.
He's a zombie. I don't think he cares
a
much.
crybaby who should disappear from internet and deserved the treatment from Sinder.
Okay, bro. Take your meds, my guy. -30. Oof.
Yeah, screw off. Okay, exiting that. Now, completely forget about that. That has been tossed into the void. At the very back of our minds. I acknowledged it for a brief moment there, and now it's been tossed into the black void.